Hello, I'm Ryan with Outer Marker Reviews. I hope you're all staying healthy. Today I'll be discussing the Yema Superman 2 Maxi Dial. It's a watch I've been wearing for the last week or so. I definitely have mixed feelings about it so far. Stay tuned for more information and obviously my full review. And additionally, if you like the video I've produced today, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm still growing the channel obviously, and I certainly appreciate your patronage. Thank you. So here we have the Yema Superman 2 Maxi dial on a NATO band. You can see it definitely fits the wrist pretty well at a robust 40 millimeters, but it's not too large that it overpowers the wrist. It's a watch you could easily wear every day or use just for specific occasions when its robust nature would come in handy. So when I first found out about this watch, I immediately went over to their website and was impressed at the fact that it has an in-house caliber. Additionally, its sapphire crystal as well as bezel give it a unique characteristic on this price point where it definitely had some features I was not expecting, and I was very happy to see that. I purchased the watch from Yema, and it showed up about a week later. One of the things I wasn't too happy with, though, is it shipped without a warranty card. Now, I contacted their customer service, and they assured me one will arrive, but to me that seems rather unprofessional, and I wasn't too happy about that. Wearing the watch for the last couple of days, I was, however, very happy with its accuracy. Now, I use the official time.gov website, and it's definitely running within chronometer specifications. I mean, I'm probably getting 3 seconds fast every day off of it, and that's very impressive. The movement is finished very well at this price point as well. I think it's definitely a very good in-house caliber, and I'm very happy with their choice. So far, it's actually been doing very well as a daily watch. One of the complaints I do have, as you see in this picture here, the first link is non-articulating, and that makes it definitely feel a little bit larger on the wrist. I know they say it's about 40 millimeters in their dimensions, but I think that definitely adds a few extra millimeters and can potentially cut into wearability on someone with a smaller wrist. That being said, it totally is something you could wear every day and not be over encumbered by its heft. It's comfortable enough to wear, and it also is robust enough that it could stand any kind of beating. The bezel action is pretty light. It ratchets with a tactility that lets you know it's moving. However, I do prefer something with a little more resistance. I feel like you could probably knock it relatively easy. I've seen just drying my hands off with a towel, it'll knock it a couple of clicks. Additionally, there is a little bit of back play, so the bezel I think could definitely be improved. The bracelet's pretty good. It features a pin and collar system, which is totally fine. It has a good deploying clasp as well, which is a refreshing thing to see on watches that are actually claiming to be a diver. That's becoming increasingly uncommon, and I think it's executed relatively well for this watch. I do have no issues with it, and it does have a nice tactile click when you close it. Overall, I'd say it's definitely a solid bracelet. It's slightly dated, but it's okay. So overall impressions, I would say the watch is decent for its price point. It's definitely not the most solidly built watch I've come across, but I do think comparatively to the Seikos or some of the other dive watches along this mid-tier range, it does give you a good value with the sapphire bezel, the sapphire crystal, the in-house caliber. It is very comfortable. I am pretty confident it'll be able to hold up over time. Servicing obviously will be hit or miss depending on how popular they become with their in-house movement. So that we'll put on the table for a later time to discuss. I am very happy with the dimensions, as well as you can see the drilled lugs allow you to change out straps pretty easy. This is a very neutral watch. I think it really complements any kind of strap option in a very, very good manner. It's completely wearable on a NATO or a rubber strap, and I'm very satisfied with how they designed that. So perhaps my favorite feature of the watch, and really the driving factor behind why I made the purchase, is the Lume. As you can see here, it does have a very impressive amount of applied superluminova that leads to an extremely high level of legibility in low light conditions, and I could totally see myself using this watch with my current work at night, being able to read the time and get good fidelity of the information. That's something I'm very happy with. Transitioning now over to some of the negative aspects, the date wheel on my model actually is misaligned, as you can see. Not really a huge deal, but it definitely is not something I'm accustomed to in terms of fit and finish on the actual dial itself. The watch panned out big pictures is finished relatively nicely with its brushed case. The steel band is well done. Not concerned with the overall finishing, but the date definitely does kind of tick me off a little bit with the misalignment, as well as that back ratchet on the bezel. It's kind of weird. You'll get a nice tactile click forward, but the second you you go to back ratchet it, it's almost like the bezel is misaligned slightly, and that half click it does going back is what you need to do to align it on my particular watch. I've spoken to a few other Yema Superman owners, and they have a similar issue with that bezel. So I don't know if that's a common thing or if it was designed to do that, but it's a little weird. All right, so that's my review. Overall, I like the watch. I think it's pretty solid. If you want one, I definitely wouldn't discourage you from making the purchase. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.